Hi, I'm Pamela Bruner from MakeYourSuccessEasy.com. And today I want to talk to you about something that nobody wants to talk about: failure. There are times when all of us feel like failures, even the most successful among us. So how often do you feel like a failure? And how often do you feel like a success? The truth is, I've enjoyed a lot of success in my business. And almost every day, I feel like a failure at some point during the day. Whether it's for 1 minute or 5 minutes or heaven forbid for an hour or two, because something happens or I get an idea in my head and I go, gosh, I'm never going to make it. I feel like such a failure. And if you stay in this place of feeling like a failure, you're going to create more failure. You have to get yourself out of it. Fortunately, there are ways to get yourself out of it. Meridian tapping, like EFT, is one of them, and we're going to do that in just a minute. But I wanted to talk first about practical things that you can do to start shifting yourself from the failure mindset to the success mindset, because things really do occur differently when you're feeling like a success than when you're feeling like a failure. One of the things that you can do is start presencing your successes. Now, it's pretty easy to do this. If you've won awards, if you've gotten distinctions, put them around your computer, around your desk, around your office space, wherever it is you work, so that you're constantly reminded of the things that you do well. And don't just put them there and then leave them there for months and months and months. Actually move them around so you see them afresh. Because you know how if something's on your desk and it's been there for a year, you really don't see it. It's just part of the landscape. So move it to a different spot so you really notice it. And claim those successes. A lot of people think this is bragging, but it's not. It's a way of represencing and celebrating and being mindful of the things that you've done well, so that you know that you can do more of them. All right, let's do some tapping now to shift mindset from failure to success. If you're not familiar with EFT or Meridian tapping, please go to my website, MakeYourSuccessEasy.com, to the Get Started Tapping page and review what's there. If you're ready, let's go. Tap the karate chop point. Even though I feel like a failure, I choose to remember that there are some times I've succeeded. Even though I just can't help feeling like a failure. I know that I have succeeded in the past. I wonder if I could succeed in the future. Even though sometimes I feel like such a failure. I'm open to the possibility that I could start feeling like a success. Tap with me on the eyebrows. I feel like such a failure. Outside of the eye. Sometimes it feels like nothing goes right. Under the eye. And I make so many mistakes in my business. Under the nose. I feel like such a failure. On the chin. There's so many things I've screwed up. Collarbone. What can I do with this feeling of failure? Under the arm. I almost don't want to go on. Top of the head. I feel like such a failure. Eyebrows. I know I've been successful in the past. Outside of the eye. I did graduate from school. That was a success. Under the eye. And I've had other successes. Under the nose. But they're in the past. On the chin. Actually, so are my failures. Collarbone. I wonder if I could focus on my successes. Under the arm. Why am I focusing on my failures anyway? Top of the head. I really like focusing on my successes. Eyebrows. I have some pretty good successes when I look at it. Outside of the eye. I choose to celebrate my successes. Under the eye. I'm going to put them up around my room so I can see them all the time. Under the nose. I'm going to remind myself constantly of my successes. on the chin. I'm going to do everything I can to presence the successes I've had. On the collarbone. Because the truth is, under the arm, that I can choose to focus on the failures, top of the head, or I can choose to focus on the successes. Eyebrow. I'm choosing to focus on the successes. Outside of the eye. I feel better already. Under the eye. And whether I'm a failure or a success, under the nose, is really up to me. On the chin. It's whatever I choose to call myself. Collarbone. So today I'm going to call myself a success. Under the arm. Today I choose to call myself a success. Top of the head. Today I choose to be a success. Take a deep breath. The truth is, every single day, I know I feel failure. And I pull myself back and take it into success. Because that's what I'm about. That's the way I want to help people make a difference in the world. That's what I want to do. Why don't you join me? I'm Pamela Bruner from MakeYourSuccessEasy.com. Keep tapping.